Hello, and welcome back to Lux's MiniTWOW Incarnate. Last time, I gave the remaining 16 contestants the third prompt, which was, after a nuclear breakout, birds have become as large as elephants and have become a severe problem for the people on planet Earth. What will you do to either befriend, protect, or hide yourself from the birds? Time for book soda changes. We had one significant change, and it was by Digital Potion yet again, who changed his book hue from blue to orange. Speak up, contestants. It's confessional time. You can skip them by going to the time step at the bottom left. First off, Digital Potion said, "It's that time with TWOW again. B episode. Yay!" Also, Santi probably gonna drive me into insanity. Don't know why, I just wanted to make a Santi joke. A good one nonetheless. Ninjagan471 said, "I'm a little sillier." Followed by Digital Potion, who then said, "But I am even more sillier, Nin." Ninja, the Navy Bomb, said, "Hey yo, how are y'all doing?" "I'm great, how are you?" Ninjagan471 said, "Dear Digital Potion, counter argument, cat face, intense sillying. Yours faithfully, Ninjagan471. Which to Digital Potion replied, Dear Ninjagan471, and attached to this GIF. Yours truly, DP. Ninjagan471 then replied with, Dear Digital Potion, hope this finds you well, and attached to this image. Ninjagan471. We're not done yet, because Digital Potion then said, Dear Ninjagan471, and attached to this image. Have a good day, DP. Santi then replied with this, Nuh-uh, and attached to this image. Digital Potion finally ended off his round of confessionals with this image. With that out of the way, it's time to see the results. As a quick reminder, the top 14 survive and the bottom 2 die, and the top 3 get a double response prize for the 4th round. Alright, so how many voters and how many votes did we get? A paltry 7 voters cast 11 votes. And for the first time, every response got the same number of votes, which was 7, coincidentally. So that means the average VPR was 7. Here's the results format. I hope you like it. With that out of the way, it's time to view results. Joeman had a double response prize this round, but before spoilers' sake, I'll only show his better scoring one, which was constructing buildings entirely made of glass confuses birds, killing them. Ah yes, birds always don't know where glass is and where glass isn't. A good response to kick things off. Where does it place? 54.64%. Fairly high, and you should be safe. Next up, Crazy Blues said, Introduce rap battles. Roasting each other results in chicken dinner. This was one of my favorites, as I, 1, am an FNF player, and 2, watched that Sunday episode about roasting each other in the Lucky Blocks a lot. So yeah, this one was one of my favorites, no doubt. How does it do? Ooh, 66.90% is a very high score. And as you can see, the green region has appeared. If you place above that, you are guaranteed into the final 14. Next up, Ninjagan471 said, Repurposed wind turbines deflect birds with updrafts, ruffling some feathers. An effective way to get rid of those giant birds, I do say. It works, and it works, but it might have a bit of a mess afterwards. How does it do? Wow, 70.24%. Ninjakin is the first one declared safe into the final 14. Congrats! Next up, Red Rover said, amassing gigantic birds, construct an empire to massacre their opposition. This one confuses me a bit. What do you mean, construct an empire to massacre their opposition? Well, anyways, let's see how this one does. Oof, 26.19% is substantially low. Let's hope it's enough for him to be safe. Excuse me, her. Next up, Neutrality said, electric force fields surround me, nose diving towards targets, shocks short-circuit birds. Man, that's a bit of a tongue twister right there. And if you know me, I hate tongue twisters. So yeah, this is my least favorite response of the round. I'm just kidding. It's well made and it's executed well. 56.90%. Another 6.90% placer. Neutrality is safe into the final 14 with a very low standard deviation I'll add. Spinifex said, build makeshift nests. The superglue adhesive will keep them cozy. A nice way to keep the birds well away from everyone else. How does it fare? Wow, 72.38%. That's a very high score, and you're on track to get yourself a prize. Next up, Muscleless said, worship them as gods. Serve the avians, earn their trust. I'm not sure how that would work, and it could definitely throw people off guard with people who are already in a certain religion. How does this fare? Oh no, 25.24%. That's lower than Red Rover's score, and puts Muscleless in deep danger. On the bright side, Joe-Man is finally safe. Next up, Mindflex B said, go golfing. Playing unskillfully, birdies are nowhere to be found. This is my personal favorite response of the round, as I'm an avid golfer myself. How does it do? Wow, another insane score of 75.95% tops even Spinifex. Do you think it could win it all? Next up, Zamara said, redirect their attention towards green piggies. Enraged birds slingshot away. A nice classic reference to the game we all know and love, Angry Birds. Does nostalgia work, or does it fall out of fashion? Whoa! 77.62% tops Mindflex B's score. Congratulations! Next up, a Minty Maniac said, birds enjoy shiny objects. Give peace offerings with shiny coins. This could work. Nothing much to say. .45%. Semi-low, but at least you're safe. Now, the Navy Mom said, I'll fasten feathers to myself. I am now their child. A quite controversial response, I'll say that. To me, this is actually quite cute. But how did it fare with the voters? .4619%, just below Minty. At least you're safe. Next up, Superplanet said, hijack the breadcrumb factory. Birds befriend me in an instant. I like this response, and is the only one to reference breadcrumbs, which I'm surprised more people didn't do. Where does it place? Another score of exactly 56.9%. However, with its greater standard deviation, in case of surprise, we all know what would happen. Team Super Clan would win against this tie between neutrality. Next up, Santi said, birds like these are chaotic. Just send them to KFC. I'm not sure how you're gonna send an entire 10-foot bird into a KFC and expect it to boil up so easily. How does it do? Ooh, wow, 27.62% is barely above Red Rover. Next up, Kiyacom said, I'll open up to birds with Henry's favorite move, F4. A nice chef reference to someone who I don't know. So, how does it do? .10% is enough for safety. And now, as you can see, the danger zone has appeared. Only 2 contestants are left to place, and of them, Muscleless and Red Rover have not been declared safe. Muscleless needs both the remaining 2 to place below them in order to survive. Next up, Wazer said, nuclear bird seeds. I'll throw them from high defending walls. Can't the birds just fly over the walls and get to you that way? This response, it could be leaked a bit. But is it enough for safety? And as this is the danger zone, we're gonna do the arrow dropping in a different format. Good luck! .38% is enough for safety. Wazer is safe and Muscleless is surprisingly dead. And now we are down to our final showdown. It's Red Rover against Digital Potion. He said, they aren't. You're in a coma. Please, wake up. A similar style to Joeman's second response from the previous round. It barely placed above the elimination threshold last time. Does the same apply here for Digital Potion? It's him versus Red Rover. Only one can move on to the final 14. The other will be cut from the competition. Who will it be? It's time to find out. And with a score of 14.29%, Digital Potion is sadly eliminated. Digital Potion. You were one of my favorite contestants going into this competition, making lots of cons and persona changes. And real quick, I'm going to change this song so the lyrics of this song don't get messed up with mine. There we go. As I was saying, Digital Potion, you were one of my favorites, having lots of cons and persona changes. However, unfortunately, the efficiency curse once again struck you down, played a great game. Then, Merciless. You were one of the people I was rooting for this competition after your round 1 confessional. However, your story unfortunately ended here. Here's the full results format. And as you can see, Minzy Area Y had a filler response that did decently well. Also, all second responses went above the elimination threshold. So DRPs didn't matter at all. Oh yeah, and as you can see, Zamora would have gotten 90.56% had that last place vote been void. With that out of the way, here's the most and least controversial responses. Alright, it's time to reveal more statistics. The frontrunner stayed the same. It's still Ninjaking 471 with 85% in relative ranks. And with Digital Potion gone, the new efficiency champion is Wazer, the relative ranks of 25.17%. Ninjaking keeps the most mentions, and now is tied with Joeman for the most at 6. Here's who's still in and here's who's eliminated. If you're eliminated, you can't respond to any upcoming LMTI Season 1 props. If your name is highlighted in gold, that means you'll get a prize for the next round. Alright, with that out of the way, it's time for the 4th prop, which is... With global warming at its highest, a new natural disaster has become frequent and very deadly, taking thousands of lives at a time. What are they called, and why is it so deadly? The deadline to respond is October 13th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or in other words, you have until my birthday ends. Make sure to wish me a happy birthday! Ciao!